What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. Thanks to YouTubers opening up a ton of this set and then Yugapedia going through it all, listing all the card rarities, we have the full set spoiler for Lightning Overdrive minus a couple of Starlights. And yes, those truly do matter. Even for the average consumer, it tells you kind of the estimated value pulled of sealed boxes and your chances at hitting a chase, even if it's 1 out of 2 cases. That's 1 out of every 24 boxes, and heavily does weigh into the decisions on people case diving. Right now, we know Black Rose Dragon, and we know the Light Charmer, 2 decent ones. I'm really hoping that Diviner is Starlight, because this set needs a lot of help. It really still feels like Chaos low impact to me, except we have that Black Rose import chase card on top of it. Diviner of Heralds is atop the set, in my opinion, as the chase card. Your wall is probably going to be hurting a bit if you're going after it, but it only lends itself to so many decks. It's no Lightning Storm or Pot of Prosperity. It's not one of those cards, but it is an insane, amazing card that likely will have a play in the meta. Then we have Amazement Administrator Arcano, we have Dark Honest, we have Baha Ludita, I'm a YouTuber, can't pronounce things, Rudy Rose Dragon, that's been a funny name to see around Twitter and people criticizing that one, Drytron Mu Beta Fafnir. I think that this one will be chase-ish, but not necessarily like a top the set, kind of like Safe Earth was for Chaos Impact, but we will see. We have the Resurgent Bengra, blah blah, the plant guy that DZeef talked about. Amazing time ticket. Book of Lunar Eclipse, I feel like will be overhyped at first, but be similar to Get Out in price history, but Book of Moon is one of the icons. Interesting to see it be secret rare. And then a War Rock here. I actually haven't fully read through all of them, so I can't fully judge the set, but we're gonna do that together, and in a second as I react to the cards that are exclusives to the set. Then in the Ultras, we have a little of that Utopia Yep support. Amazement Attendant Kamika, that was already revealed. Both Trap Tricks are in the Ultra Rare slot. This is a bit sad if you're a Trap Tricks player, and may actually give a little bit of solid value back into the Ultras, hopefully not too much if you're looking for the deck. We do see that the Live Twin Christmas card also makes it here. White Knight of Dogmatica, question mark. Then we see that our fusion for good old lore of Dogmatica here is Albion, the branded dragon, ultra rare. We have Mysterion. I believe that's your super poly target in the set. The Utopia himself is ultra. We do have Riona, the Wanderous Magistus Witch in ultra rare. And like I already said, we have that. We have 2 more Amazement cards. We have Attraction Cyclo Coaster and Horror House. And then S-Force Chase is ultra rare, and War Rock Dignity. What Konami wants you to believe that you have if you're playing War Rocks, I suppose. That being said, let's see if they actually fix them, the Mad Lads. Spoilers, probably not. You need like War Rock Double Helix, War Rock Master Plan, you know, those kinds of cards. Proof of Proof Loss is a level 3 Dark Fiend effect monster, attack 100, defense 100, and we'll get into super rares in a bit too, by the way. If you control no special summoned monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon other monsters for the rest of this turn. You can only use the effect of Proofless once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can immediately after the effect resolves tribute 1 monster. That's pretty cool, but really locks you out of specialing for the turn. I think there's better cards that do this job for generic decks without limiting you in that way. Thron the Disciplined Angel. I probably murdered that. Level 4, Earth Fairy effect monster, attack 1500, defense 600, unique typing. If a monster that was originally an Earth Fairy is sent from your hand or field to the graveyard, except during the damage step, kind of looks like Apollosa's clothes too, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. That's kind of an interesting extender card, but doesn't seem to really provide you advantage. I did read this card. I like him a bit. So we have Pendrand Sanction, so it goes with Pendulum decks, weird enough, by the name. Rank 4 Water Cyber's effect, 2000 attack, 2 level 4s. You can detach a material from this card. If you have more cards in your extra than your opponent, apply these effects. So it punishes like the pot draw cards. +1, this card gains 1000 attack. Oh boy, 3000 attacker. 5+, neither player can target this card with card effects until the end of your opponent's turn, so it gets even thicker. 10 plus, banish one card your opponent controls, not bad at all. And 15 plus, so you have to basically use Pendulums to get this effect because you're using him from the extra deck, right? You can make your opponent's life points 3,000, just straight 3,000. You can only use this effect once per turn, though. I do wish it was a quick effect, too, but I get why it's not. Still a pretty funny and cool card. I like when they make TCG exclusives like that. Expendable die. Look at him, off to battle. Go get him. Normal trap card, tribute a warrior monster, then target one card on the field, destroy it, and if you do, draw one card. A very good back and forth option for warriors to have on-demand destruction, getting rid of one of their own cards they may not even want to leave on the field. Very easy to typically do with Isolde decks, although you do link climb and sometimes use all those resources, and getting to draw a card on top could not only get you to another hand trap, but evens out what you have to give up 2 cards in order to pop one of theirs and get one's back. It really reminds me actually of Gemini Spark, if anything, but generically for warriors. Feels good, I do like that card. Terrors of the Underroot is a normal trap card. Target up to 5 cards in your opponent's graveyard and the same number of your opponent's banished cards. So it's targets. Can you do that to face down banish? Banish those targets from their graveyard, and if you do, return those banished targets to the graveyard. So you can end up sending... They have to already establish 5, so again, it feels like they're making all these cards based around punishing the pot cards or something. But you can banish 5 from grave, so they have to have... No, it says up to 5, and then the same number. That is interesting. That's actually a pretty interesting card, depending on the metagame. You can only activate 1 Terrors of the Underroot per turn. Still relies on your opponent and them getting to those cards, though. Warrock Winto. Do I even want to read these? Level 4 Earth Warrior effect monster. 1800. If your Earth Warrior monster battles an opponent's monster during damage calculation, quick effect, you can pay 800 life points. Your battling monster gains 800 attack until the end of this turn. If this card is sent from your monster zone to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect. Oh boy. You can special summon a level 5 or higher Warrock monster from your hand or deck. Yeah, your opponent's so often going to be using a card effect to get rid of this after reading it instead of just attacking. Warrock Mammoth is a level 5 warrior effect monster. Attack 2000, defense 2000. If you control no monsters or all of the monsters you control are warrior monsters generically, you can normal summon this card, not special. If your Earth warrior monster battles, it really feels like they just tried to avoid Isolde with this archetype unneededly. Like, that's kind of crazy. After damage calc, you can target 1 spell and trap card your opponent controls and destroy it. Yeah, okay, and it has to be after damage calc, so Mirror Force can still pop up in something. Warrock monsters you control currently gain 200 attack till the end of your opponent's turn. Buh! Warrock Meteoragon is a level 8 warrior effect monster, attack 2600, defense 2600, cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, still can be targeted, bounced, spun, and all that good stuff. I guess you're trying to build a board where that doesn't happen. When an attack declared involving this card and an opponent's monster, you can negate the effects of that opponent's monster this turn, as well as the activated effects and effects on the field of monsters with the same name. Oh boy. Once per turn during a battle phase in which your Earth Warrior monster battles, quick effect, you can make all Warrock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. You can make up to 2 attacks with this monster. That's probably the biggest effect of this. Cheese OTK making this attack twice in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Good for it, and then it can't be destroyed on top, so... decent standalone card, really doesn't break Warrocks. Let's see if Dignity does give them some dignity. Quick play spell card. You must control a Warrock monster to activate either of these effects. When a monster your opponent controls activates effects, negate that effect. That's okay. During the battle phase, when your opponent activates a spell/trap card or monster effect, negate that effect. That is also pretty good. Okay, Dignity does restore a little dignity and give an option to worst Battle Wasp here so far. Warrock Spirit, because you gotta have Spirit to play this deck. During the battle phase, target 1 Warrock monster in your graveyard, then activate one of these effects. Special summon that target in attack position, but for the rest of the turn, its effects are negated, also it can't attack. They directly, yeah, they were scared of you OTKing with the OTK deck. Special summon that target in defense. Also, the first time each Warrock monster you control would be destroyed by battle this turn, it is not. I see. Warrock Generations, because we don't need generations of this deck. During the battle phase, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, special summon 1 Warrock monster from your deck. And if you activated this card during your opponent's turn for the rest of the turn while you control the face-up special summon monster, your opponent's monster cannot attack except to attack that monster. That is actually somewhat cool. But they have to control more monsters specifically. At least it doesn't rely them on attacking, but it's only during the battle phase, so Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, anything that wipes back row, this can't even chain to it. And Warrock Big Blow. Normal trap cards. They're really telling you what Warrocks do here. During the main phase, if a face-up Warrock monsters you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect, destroy up to 2 cards your opponent controls. You can only activate 1 Big Blow per turn. Again, by opponent's card effect is so specific, it doesn't even protect them by battle in the battle deck. That's kind of unfortunate. Don't like the Warrocks. Terror is pretty cool. I do like the expendable die. I like pinned ransaction, and not the biggest saving graces. Our imports, however, are Diviner of Herald, Ida the Sun Magician. Ida, I think, is kind of cool. Stay Sailor Romarine. We have the DDD Super Sight King Zero Maxwell. We have Binary Blader and 3 Sun Avalon cards / Sun Vine, with those being pretty easy to get, if I recall. So let's go through the super rares real quick if you were wondering, and I'll leave you to the comments yourselves instead of just reading off a list. We have Supreme Sovereign Serpent of Golgonda as a super, nice. Rox Rose Dragon super, Rudy Rose Witch super, Bujin Torifune super, S-Force Edge Razor super, we've got Garden Rose Flora super, Lavavel X-Lord super, ZW Dragonic Herald super, Spriggan's Merrymaker, Tri-Brigade Bear Brum, which I'm very happy is a super and let Rarity bump to Ultra or Secret or something crazy, Dark Infant Adagnister super also. I was wondering how they were going to sell this set, and it really seems like Konami thinks Amazement's going to do it. Lina is Starlight rare and super rare, Rank Up Magic Zexal 4 super, Zexal Construction super, Branded in White super. We also have Amazement Precious Park super rare. You've got Amazement Family Faces, Proof of Proofless, which is one of those reveal cards, Throne of the Disciple Angel, Pinned Resection, Expendable Dies are all supers, Warrock Winto is a super, Warrock Spirit's a super, Ida the Sun Magician, Stay Sailor Romarine, and we have the Sun Avalon Malaya super, so you're going to have to play some common Sun Avalons with your hollowed out deck Smile. Anyways, the rest is common, including the Plunder Patrol card. That's pretty awesome news, and Lightning Overdrive, I think I can sum it up best this way. My initial prediction, I feel, of this being similar to Chaos Low Impact is pretty accurate, although the Starlight Rare still can have a huge impact on how this set plays out overall in terms of the set contents inside. If you're after cards, I would be buying the singles. By and of far, if you're after anything, even Diviner, I feel like singles are probably the way. I don't think that vendors will be too apt to be opening this up in mass, so you might actually see a shortage of some cards, but this is a core set. Some will turn and burn it, and depending on the Starlights, actually make decent money back, but others I think will be just trying to offload this sealed, and I'm not the biggest fan of how this turned out at all. Like, I just, in terms of everything, I'm glad that Scrap Raptor is common. This is one of the best things for the players. People will be paying for the Diviner, but really, how much will this set turn out for that? Will it end up where it's just affordable and the stores are the big losers on this one and the players are the winner? I don't know. I'm looking way more forward to Dawn of Majesty, to the even legendary Duelist Synchro Storm, Gambling on King's Court. There's just so many other sets like the 2021 Megatons where I'd be going in on. But if you need cards from this, there are so many archetypes that do get help. That's what's awesome. You don't have to go in on this seal. Just go ahead and get the cards you're after instead of trying to pull them. Like the Trap Tricks, they're ultra rares. You only get 4 ultras per box, and now there's 14 different ultra rares. There's 10 different secrets. Let the people who are opening it initially do the work for you and just get the singles, in my opinion, instead of using code What's Good 5, except there will be pre-sales, Tier 0 and Yu-Gi-Oh! Daily, so code What's Good 5 for 5% off those to support the channel directly. But sealed, I just don't see this panning out very well long term, even though the sealed kind of disappeared early on, it feels like. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy this conversation. And that is the full set spoiler minus a couple of Starlights.